just keep standing up and coming back for more. You can be sure that the guys in the Corolla that are leading know that exactly where that Suzuki is, and they are monitoring it very, very closely.
And in Class B, the next class up from 1601 cc's up to 2 litres, it's been Citroën territory, but there's just one Citroën now, 13th outright for car number 16, the Peter McLeod car that he shares with Peter Dane and Peter Jansen, but is between this Nissan Pulsar and success in the class. 43 is lying a few places further back. It's 17th outright, so where the Citroën has completed 201 laps, this car has completed 199, but is forging its way forward. It's on the move.
And it's a very quick motor car. Touted as the car of the year. It's won a number of awards. It's a great improvement on previous Pulsars, and certainly the driving lineup extremely impressive. Warwick looking a lot of laps in open wheeler cars. Mark Larkham doing very strongly in the Formula Brabham class at the moment, and Jeff Hutchinson, in fact, a UK journalist who has had not a lot of time in race cars, well, but having an interesting time here at Mount Panorama.
10 hours and 7 minutes of racing at Mount Panorama, an hour 53 remaining, and I think even if the cars aren't worn out, many of the crew...
The cars with the bigger performance is a car that seems to shine here.
And Murray Carter in car 18 is, if not the doyen, the ever-present person, David Beck, and that was the car we were talking of there.
He had gearbox trouble very early on. In fact, was running last after only about 3 or 4 laps. So it's been a good effort by the 63-year-old Murray Carter, oldest driver in the race, and some would say most enthusiastic.
Well, the car is in many senses one of the oldest too, because it was an old mule test car for Nissan, never to be registered, not allowed to be registered, because it's never actually been sort of finally built, I suppose, and approved.
It never legal, you mean?
Yes, yeah. But they said, let's take it and race it and wear it out gracefully. And that's what they've been doing. And Murray, who, as you say, has been racing for so long, doesn't know why he should give up, I think. I'm not sure whether... Journalist Jeff Hutchinson from England. The total result has been that it's been a very competitive car up against the Citroëns.
Hutchinson's actually a well-known Formula 1 motoring journalist. He actually, last year, was one of the drivers who snared 17 new Australian speed and distance records in a Pintara 24 challenge, or 24-hour challenge, which was actually organised by Greg Siddle.
And the Nissan Pulsar SSS, have a look at it. It's a big, lusty 2-litre engine that makes it very effortless to drive and gives out 105 kilowatts. The Toyota engine that's only 1.6 litres has only 5 kilowatts less. But this is very effortless in the mid-range, but a bit heavier car. It's about 100 kilos heavier. So comes in 16th on the power-weight ratio ranking of the 24 cars in the event. Has a 50-litre fuel tank capacity. Hasn't quite been able to catch the light and fairly nimble Nissans, but it's been well crewed, the exercise put together very well by Greg Siddle, and indeed they haven't had a breath or a suggestion of problems.
It's a Nissan supported factory deal, and hence there is a lot of interest in this car. And I think Ken Douglas, a pretty good effort to actually be running third outright in the class, because there's some pretty stiff competition in Class B.
Well, those Citroens have been prepared for months and months, and you've got to say that with the lighter weight of that particular car, it's a bit of a tough act to beat. But they've got some excellent driving talent here, and it is third in the class is not to be sneezed at.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm about to dash away. I've got to ring a 0055 number and try and win one of these Nissans. Here's what I'm going to do. In front of the Gary Rogers Nissan entry, and that's Stephen Richards and Melinda Price, that went so well in the Winton 6 hour down there. They came home in second place, and Paul Fordham. How are you enjoying yourself?
Not too bad at the moment. Everything seems to be fine.
What's been going on? The lead's been vacillating enormously in Class B.
Yes, I think Murray's had a few problems with oil, caps and bottle cables and whatnot, and the Citroën seemed to be falling apart. Having a few problems too. We're just cruising around, keeping everything together.
Have you had a well-controlled day?
Sorry, I can't quite hear you.
Have you had a day free of troubles?
So far, so good.
So what?
Keeping out of the way of these fast blokes.
What chance of catching Murray Carter in a similar car?
Sorry?
What chance of catching Murray Carter in a similar car?
Well, he's so quick, much quicker. I still can't hear you, sorry.
Okay, we'll go away from Paul Fordham because he's got difficulties there and he's coming out of the cutting. And in the studio, we've got some guys who've been having a tremendous run and we've got a lot of Ford Falcon fans really behind them. 7th outright, Tim Webster. You've got some real local heroes with you. Beck and Brian Wilshire. Murray Carter driving, and very hard to leave a Murray out of the seat, I suspect. A guy who's been motor racing for well over 30 years and motorcycle racing before that.
What a remarkable effort, Dave. Will, I remember seeing Murray Carter drive at Longford in 1960.
Yeah.
And that's a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. And he was racing before that.
Yeah, oh, I realise that.
And he raced bikes before that.
Incredible. He's over 60 years of age, so obviously you don't have to be that young to... He's leading the class and doing a great job.
No, that observation dates both of you, John.
Well, I was an extremely young boy at the time, but with a very good memory.
Yes, I went to Longford too, and I'm very glad I did. What a great circuit, John.
62 years of age.
That was a street circuit too, because unlike Bathurst, it sort of rolls over this lovely scenic view and up and down the hill, bald hills. Longford went over a railway level crossing round a park.